When we last left off, you guys had fought off a bandit attack on your vehicle, but not all of you got off unscathed. Wesley suffered damage, and you lost your driver, Otis, whose fate remains unknown at the present moment. Despite this, you continue on your way to Nuvema Town to talk the treaty with them, and then eventually to hopefully charter a ship to one of the many ports of Castelia City. Griffin, I assume, is still driving the carriage, and Arcetarius is on the side on his stolen Rapidash.
Yes, this is true.
Did Arcetarius find his sword?
No, he did not, but it's literally completely ordinary. It is nothing I could not buy at a shop to replace.
Yeah. It's not like it was enchanted or had any magical properties
Yeah,
to
like
it.
it was literally like as long as I have my bow, I still have a sword. It's just sentient. So
Sentient sword for the win.
like I'm really not worrying about it.
What's the seating arrangement of the carriage looking like? Is Griffin just steering the Bouffalon himself, or are any of you up with him to join him?
I'm probably with them.
Okay.
Oh, you're
actually,
on the
no, I can't.
Rapidash.
I was gonna say I can't be. I'm on the Rapidash.
You can be beside him on the Rapidash.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Calypso's probably in the carriage.
Wesley is also in the carriage.
Because that kind of stuff isn't her forte.
You guys have a little bit of time before you make it to Nuvema, but you can discuss some things if you want before you get there.
Can they hear us? Like, even though we're inside the carriage, they can hear us?
Yeah, we did establish that there's a window and everything.
So, Arcetarius, so Otis was gone? You couldn't find his body?
Let me put it this way. I went back to where we believe his body to have fallen off. I followed the blood to the best of my ability. I turned around once I saw it went into the nest. So I would assume he's probably chicky nuggy for Durian.
As he was not only one of our citizens, but a member of our staff as governors, we will have to find a way to reimburse his family once we get back, won't we?
If he has any family.
Even then, our staff will ask questions, and
Yeah.
His next of whoever his next of kin is, we will have to.
Right, yeah. Whoever it may be, family, significant other, parents, whoever may be left.
And I know I'm not too good at diplomacy, but I do know that death of a loved one in a community can definitely sober some spirits.
For sure.
I'm not sure how upset Striaton's going to be upset about their favorite Uber driver, but we'll see.
Well, he wasn't just our driver. He like the staff might have had connections with him. He could have. We don't really know who Otis was. He died before we could really get to know him.
This is fair. Well, I'll have to figure out who we reach out to. But in the meantime, how do we want to approach the whole get a ferry to Castelia? I get the sense that people aren't going to leave us alone.
Mm.
Griffin, you're from Nuvema, aren't you?
I am.
Do you know anyone that rents out boats or a ferry we could take that would be willing to lend a hand?
Yeah, the harbor master. Once we get in town, I would have to talk with our leader of the town, and see what he can do. Let him know what happened, since I just left to go, tell the town, hey, get under protection now. I'm coming back as the governor. That's gonna blow their mind, kinda. So yeah, I have to prepare them for that. So yeah. I mean, once we get back,
That's a good point. How well are they going to take that?
Well, didn't they ask you three?
Well, they asked us to go ask for protection. but not to go take over and come back as now the new governors of the area. But yeah.
All right. But I mean, the drama that happened in Accumula, and I mean, as it was kind of established, I don't think Accumula and Nuvema Town had like close relations as Accumula and Striaton did. So I mean, I don't think there should be like any negative light there.
Yeah.
Well, I hope so, because they probably already know that we're in charge if they got the same letter. Try it.
Well, that and the money that I sent them.
And I would think that they would be happy that someone from their town rose to governorship right when they, and someone they know and trust will be protecting them.
Right.
Maybe.
When we get in,
Maybe.
we can stop off at my house. Resupply while I go do the talking, or while we go do the talking, and see how long it's gonna take before we leave.
And to address Arcetarius' concern, we can hire bodyguards, correct?
I am my own bodyguard, but sure.
But you said people might not leave us alone, and depending on if I actually don't know much about the inner sea of Unova.
This is fair. If you want a bodyguard, you're more than welcome to get a bodyguard for yourself. I trust myself, but I can't speak for everybody.
Well, a person already died under your watch, Arcetarius. No, don't mean to be rude.
Who died under my watch?
It was actually under Griffin's watch, because Griffin was the one up there. Everyone else was in the carriage when that went by.
I think Wesley's
Yeah.
Wesley's kind of spitting this at Arcetarius. He's a little sad / grumpy over Otis's death, and I think he's being unreasonable right now.
Now wait a minute. I was in the back with all the rest of you. How is his death my fault?
I'm just saying we should have thought of a bodyguard beforehand, before unnecessary death happened. And
let our entire carriage be robbed?
I'm just saying I'm just saying that maybe if we had a bit more forethought, we would have had another bodyguard. That's all.
You're
I'm
right.
saying.
Yes, let me stop focusing on the people with the capacity to put a piece of metal between my fucking eyeballs, and focus on the guy whose literally job is to just look forward. Of course, it's not that simple, and it's unfortunate he passed. But let's not act like any one of us is more responsible.
I think Wesley is. Yeah, he shut up right now. Yeah.
That wasn't for intimidation or anything. That's just him being vocal about how he feels.
And this is Wesley. I'm not being vocal.
On that awkward note, you guys start to come across the semi-familiar sights of Route 1 and the town entryway. It seems like all of the damage from the fire has been cleaned up, and the houses that were ignited have been repaired.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
But you can tell that the mood in the town has shifted a little bit. Griffin, especially since you've lived here. Nuvema used to be a lot more open and friendly, but now there's still some of that around, but there's also a little bit of suspicion and a little bit of fear.
Well, as we ride into town, I'm going to stand up and start wailing on the guitar as loud as possible for everybody to see who has come back.
I'm not going to say this is performance yet. This is just you making noise. But as you come to a halt in the middle of town, you notice as the mayor of the town, Mayor Falco, seems to step forward and is like, "Oh, Griffin, you've returned. How did everything go with the governor? And we appreciate the money you were able to send. Must have hit some good luck in Striaton."
Oh man, this guy's got no idea, does he?
He just received a memo that said the governor will take you into his protection. He hasn't received anything since.
Oh wow, he really has no idea.
The whole town doesn't have any idea.
Oh man. Well, Griffin, you want to tell him since you're from here?
Uncle, my brother. I, us, we are your new governor. That's where the money came from. We won it from, well, somebody bet on us after we beat the old governor. Then we got a bid or something for it. But yes, overall, I am your new governor. Left a peasant, came back governor. Everything's great. I'm like, yeah, gather the town, bring everybody to the center, and it's time to have a party to celebrate like we did at the day of the festival.
You can see that everyone in town just does that anime thing where they just go white with shock processing, and then they're just like, what? You can basically hear the whole town shout that at the same time.
Oh yeah, that means the rest of us too. Hi.
Yeah. All
Griffin-
four of us are governors.
What, we just like awkwardly wave from behind Griffin, like, hello.
They probably didn't take this very well, did they?
I think they're more surprised than anything.
That's fair.
Like I said, they might have heard about the minor terrorism, but they probably didn't care about it. They just assumed it was someone else aside from you guys.
Right.
So as long as you don't mention it, it should be fine.
Let's not mention the terrorism.
What terrorism? What on earth are you talking about?
I mean, Clipsup doesn't actually say that out loud because that would be a very stupid thing to do.
Yeah.
That's more of a above table thought.
People are starting to get set up for a celebration. Falco comes up to the group of you and says, so if you're the new governors, who would we discuss with taxation and treaties with?
That would
All
be
of
me.
us?
That'd be me. Yeah, all of us. Okay, that works too.
I mean, I am the one who kind of negotiated our way in Accumula Town. So
Yeah, that's all her. I'm just here to be like the musician face.
Oh yeah, that another question on that. Will, would I have to do another history roll to know about Nuvema Town?
No, Nuvema Town was completely separate from Governor Howard's territory.
Okay,
They
so I
didn't-
wouldn't have any idea at all.
No, none.
Okay. Gotcha.
You'd basically just be making the stuff now.
Gotcha. Okay.
Are you guys okay with letting Calypso take a head on the negotiation
Yep.
stuff?
All for it.
Yes.
If you think you can do it, go right ahead.
I think I'll be fine.
In the meantime, I will be getting to know the local.
We can chime in and stuff, and it's like a cool anime moment where we're like, wait a second.
I mean, you could all be present, but I just take the spearhead of the conversation.
Yeah, that's kind
definitely.
of how I assumed it was going to happen. Just
Yeah,
so
kind of like it
right
was
ahead.
before.
pinch in with details and stuff.
Right, yeah.
Well, we can also do something else, right? Like Arcetarius can buddy with the townspeople.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
If you want to.
Absolutely.
You can opt out of the political stuff at any time, so long as someone handles it.
Right.
Hey, unless someone needs my help, I'm gonna be getting shillelagh'd. So let's do that.
We'll do the negotiations first, just to get the boring stuff out of the way.
Okay, sounds good.
Falco brings you a drink and sits down at a table.
Oh, are we at a bar?
No, it's just like I said, the town is doing a bit of a celebration thing.
Gotcha. So they have like open tables and stuff.
Yeah. You're
Okay.
a bit more secluded from everyone else, but anyone could still come up and hear you if they wanted. Anyone who wants can be at this conversation, but Falco hands the glass to you and says, so what would your protection cost us?
Oh, what would it cost? Like tax rates?
Tax rates, what would the town have to supply?
Right. So tax-wise, we are currently charging Accumula Town 20%, and I don't feel it would be fair to make it any different for you, seeing how close we are, and like, unless you think 20% is too much, I think the lowest I'd be able to go if 20 is too much would be like 15, but that even then I feel like 20 would be a good number for taxation.
Could you roll a persuasion check?
Yep. That's going to be a 19, 14 plus 5.
Go looks contemplative and says, that seems fair. Would that be monthly tax, yearly? Like
Like,
I
how
think
often would it be paid?
your
Yeah.
yearly harvest, at least, or depending on.
I think he means like how often it is paid to us. Like, is it like do they pay it to us once a year, or like how often do we get the payment of the tax? I think is what he's getting at.
Well, are we taxing them for their any profits they make as a town, or their like what the stuff they produce? Because it depends. Are we taking? Because I was under the impression we're taking 20% of like harvested crops and agriculture up to the capital in order to store it or distribute it as we see fit.
I think this is strictly funds that they make.
Okay. Wesley
Yeah,
backs down. Sorry.
yeah, I'm pretty
Well,
sure
yeah,
this
this is also a fishing town.
at
So,
least so far we're just talking on the money side of things. But for how often, um,
you can do a history and see how often Accumula pays you guys.
yeah, I'll do that. History. Do. That's going to be a 17. Oh, wait, no, sorry. Another 19. That's a 15 on the dice. I thought that was a 12.
Oh, that's fair. You know
Yeah.
that Accumula does taxes roughly twice a year,
Okay.
and occasionally, sometimes someone will be sent down to make sure that the tax numbers are correct.
I'd probably relay that information. Again, not wanting to be unfair between the two cities or towns or whatever, that since Accumula does it twice a year, I feel it would also be fair for Nuvema to do it twice a year as well, given that they're both relatively small towns.
Accumula is a lot larger than Nuvema is.
Okay. But still, on the grand scale of things,
Yeah, both of them are smaller than Striaton.
right, yeah. Yeah, I think twice a year should be fine.
Falco nods and says, that seems fair. If we're officially under your territory, we might be able to attract more people here. The only difficulty is the journey, since we're a little bit in an inconvenient location for people, but that can
Right.
probably be helped if we eventually put up a lighthouse in maybe a few years.
That could be very useful. That could be, a lighthouse could be nice.
Griffin would know we've actually been talking about that for a while, but we ultimately decided it wasn't that important until now.
Right. Because now you're part of a much larger group. You're not flying solo, so to say.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
What amount of raw materials or supplies would you like to be sent up to the capital?
You want me to do another history check to see how Accumula does it?
Yeah.
Okay. Lots of history. Good thing I'm proficient in history.
Nice.
I have a +4 to history instead of a +2. Oh, that's a nat 20.
First of
So that's
many,
a
hopefully.
24. Yeah.
You know that the supply and the monetary payments usually come in around the same time.
Okay.
Accumula provides lumber, which comes with the payment, but
Okay.
the crops were sent up like once every season.
Right. Okay. Like, what
Yeah.
fraction of like what they produce.
You can say roughly a quarter or more, depending on how things are,
All right, depending on how bountiful it is.
or if there's famine or stuff like that.
Right, yeah, depending on the quantity of what's available.
But the capital can request more.
Right.
It's not a
There's
guarantee
just a
that they.
baseline.
Yeah,
Okay.
20 a quarter is a baseline.
Right. Nuvema's main product is just fishing, right?
Fishing and but they're hoping that they can hopefully become better at trade since they have official backing, and you guys can create stuff in the capital and send it here for trade across the region.
Right. So, yeah, no, I'd say, or Calypso would say, so about 25%, less or more, depending on the quantity of harvest, there's famine, if there's a surplus, what have you. And I think, with fishing being like, I feel fishing is kind of more of a year-round thing, isn't it? Except maybe in the winter, I would
We're in the
think.
southern part of the continent, so it's not that bad.
Okay. But it's not like you can only fish in a single. There's plenty of fish pretty much year round.
Yeah,
Okay. I feel
you just got to be careful of frillish interrupting
yeah, right.
migration.
Yeah. I think with that in mind, I think like 3 times a year for delivery on that would be good, like one a season, and if there's enough like in the winter or the off season or whatever, an extra delivery could be negotiated then. I think that would be fair.
That makes sense. Are you expecting a specific type of water type Pokemon that we should attempt to fish more of? Or is any water type Pokemon fine for your needs?
What's available in these parts?
There's the
Right.
aforementioned Frillish.
Right.
You could ask Griffin. He would probably know if you want to include Griffin in this.
Yeah, I would probably ask Griffin.
Griffin, could you make me a pretty easy history check?
19. 18 plus 1.
You know that Frillish go in these water at least once a season to try and take life energy from the Pokemon. You also know that there are Magikarp and some Basculegion around. Not Basculegion,
Legion.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
was about to be like,
I was about
hey,
to
yo.
say.
Well, there are some of those, but they are a lot rarer than their pre-evolved form.
Right.
Basculine,
Coincidentally, they appear
Basculin.
more after the Frillish drain all the fish.
yeah.
Oh,
The Basculegion kind of
Oh.
attempt to go against the Frillish. The Basculegion, once the feeding is done, a Basculegion forms and kind of drives off the Frillish from the rest of the swarm.
right. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. They
Honestly,
are ghost type after all.
nature's balancing without actually makes a lot of sense. And like, yeah, the reason why the
Yeah.
Basculin don't get eradicated is because Basculegion forms.
Yeah.
Um.
And you know that there are rumors of wishy-washy here?
Ooh. Okay.
Oh.
A lot of people don't go for those because they don't want to risk the swarm.
Right.
And like,
I.
they're kind of small fry.
Until they're not.
Well, they're
And
still small fry.
specifically, I should mention that it's the blue Basco line, not the red ones.
And the blue striped. Okay. I
Yeah.
don't really think there's much difference other than indicators or whatever.
Yeah. I don't think so either. And
Yeah.
there's a few Remoraid's, but those are sparse.
Okay. Would Griffin know if there's like a benefit to like Magikarp over Basculin in terms of fishing? If like one's like more nutritious or something like that?
What did you roll, Griffin?
19.
You know that Basculegion are not whatever the pre-evolution is.
Basculin.
Basculin. Thank you. You know that Basculin typically taste better. Magikarp are just kind of they're nutritious, but a
They
properly
taste like what you put on them, like whatever fish. Like I forget what fish it is in real life, but the fish that tastes like what you put on it.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Basculin is basically kind of like salmon tasting,
Okay.
and Magikarp don't really have a taste
Right.
aside just the traditional water type taste.
I don't really think, based on what I know, that there would really be an advantage to having more of one over the other. So I think whatever they're able to pull in really is fine. I mean, unless you think something else, Griffin. But I think whatever they're really able to pull in is fine without having to specialize or lean towards one or the other.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you get the same amount no matter what.
Right.
Unless, if they end up catching the specialty, send that.
Right, yeah. That sounds fair to me.
Okay. To be honest, out of character, I did expect you guys to try and give this guy a really shitty deal.
Hey, there's no need to be shitty.
We are
I know, I
evil
just-
governors. Yeah.
I know, I just
Fair.
kind of expected it. I don't know why.
I mean, if it was someone, if it was Calypso is very, I would say she's more like neutral good alignment. Like, she isn't gonna try to take advantage of people. She's gonna give out what she thinks is fair.
Before
That makes
Who she is.
Before the
So.
dealings get wrapped up, I'm gonna nudge Griffin and just say, "Hey, Griffin, we should probably invite someone from Nuvema for our tournament we're having."
Oh, right. Yeah, we probably should announce that if we haven't already.
You have not yet.
I'm sitting at the same table with the mayor and Griffin and Calypso, so I kind of bring that up. I'm like, my fellow governors and I, we were planning on having a exhibition of sorts of Pokemon handlers as kind of an event to celebrate our new ownership of Striaton, and we were wondering if there's any handlers or trainers in Nuvema that would be willing to join the exhibition.
Go looks at you and says, possibly. When would this event be happening?
We are traveling for the next few weeks, and we have not set a time, but within 3 months.
Hopefully, yeah, that sounds reasonable. Hopefully, assuming that we don't get caught on the water. That's assuming nice travel time in the water.
And then preparation beforehand. I think
Right.
giving it like 2-3 months.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we'll be riding back through here anyway.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And we'll be coming back through here. So if you need time, we'll be able to update you on when it might be at a later date. But just we do want a representative from Nuvema. I think it would be beneficial. It could show Accumulant Striaton the importance of Nuvema and really get you guys out there.
Thank you for this. We'll see if anyone's interested. Out of curiosity, where are you all traveling to?
Castelia City, and then through the desert.
I didn't think. Are we going through the desert this time? I thought we said this time around we're just sticking to Castelia.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Scratch that.
Yeah.
I didn't mention
Yeah.
the desert.
that would be helpful. Try to spread word of any merchant ships to come around here when you're in Castilia.
Mhm.
That would really help us.
We're actually going to solidify trade agreements that were left over from the previous governor. So hopefully we'll be able to talk to the mayor of Castilia and maybe set up a new port here instead of having to port them in somewhere else and just to shorten the trade.
Gosh, that's a shame. Guess we can't charge an up fee on that anymore.
We might be
Well,
able to in the negotiations. We don't know yet. Calypso here has proven her. She's good at what she does. Well, much better than I.
Yeah. Griffin, you know that trade did come from Trade would stop in Nuvema since it's the only place with a good port in the southern part of the continent. But Nuvema would charge an up thing since they were a separate thing and therefore handle the traders going from Castilia up to Striaton. They would charge a little bit of an up fee on that.
We can keep the up fee.
On both sides. Like they would charge Striaton a bit for receiving their product, and they would charge the people coming in for just going through their area. But they don't have to do that anymore, or they couldn't do that anymore, depending on who you ask, since it's all one territory.
Right. I mean, something that we always could do is we could allow them to upkeep the charge, maybe lessen it a little, but allow that extra money to stay within Nuvema Town. This is a possibility. But I feel like that's something we'd figure out a little later down the line.
Yeah.
wait, hold on. Hold on a minute. Did someone say that Nuvema is the only port in the entire southern region?
Not the only port, but it's the most convenient to get to Striaton.
And it's the only one in your territory.
Yeah.
Well,
there is yes.
I may not have a brain, but I have an idea. If that is the only port, or at least the most convenient port, how is not the shipping and handling of trade across the entire region, especially over the waters? I feel like we're missing out on a big opportunity to capitalize on that. You already have a port here.
The reason it's not like that is because things, at least down here, have been the whole region's kind of been a little bit stagnant, honestly. A lot of people, aside from the whole situation going up in Opelucid with Istris and the Crusa.
Trust me, you don't need to tell me. I know.
Yeah. Everything else in the region's kind of been stagnant, almost as if waiting to see how that whole thing plays out before making any moves.
So then, if they're all fighting, why don't we ship them weapons?
I don't think we produce weapons at Arsateris.
Yeah, no.
No, maybe we don't produce, but maybe we ship them. This is what I'm saying. From anywhere and anyone who wants them. What's stopping us from making this giant port into one giant pit of commerce? Who's to say you couldn't trade for anything and everything here?
Castilia City and the merchant guilds that live there?
And Nimbasa a little bit.
And Nimbasa as a... Okay, out of character, I thought we were going to Nimbasa.
No, I don't think we are this time around.
Okay, I thought we might have been, so that's why I thought we were going through the desert. Okay, never mind.
I thought we were going to Nimbasa to tell them about the tournament so people could bet on it.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I don't remember. It's been a while since we've talked about that.
Yeah, so I do think we're going through the desert.
Yeah.
Okay, well, at any point, I think there's an opportunity here to be a very, 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 very big player in the marketing of fishing. And I think the bigger a port you have, the more fish you can get, the more fish you can trade all over the rest of the world. Most of which is landlocked.
True, but to do that, you'd have to pass through that whole. Look at the map in the voice thing. You'd have to go through either a whole lot of forest that has no roads or the mountain ranges to get up to the nearest location.
This is true.
That's kind of why things have been really peaceful down here, aside from one or two things. This part of the region is a little bit isolated from everything else.
Okay, well, let's think about what's in the waters in Nuvema Town and nowhere else. You don't think anybody would strike a lucrative deal to make sure they are the only ones who get what we would supply here?
I mean, this town's not really like, yeah, they're not really, they wouldn't really go for it because this town's more of a, like I said, just a plain fishing town with big celebrations. They don't really want armed things here because that's what happened when, they don't mind being guarded, but having people come and do deals here, they're not going to be for that.
Yeah, and that's kind of why they went independent for so long. They were kind of just left alone and only did trade with people who went in here. They're only really considering bringing that up since they'd have to pay you guys, and that seems like an easy way to do it. Just try to make this town a bit more of a trade center.
Mm-hmm. And we do want this Nuvema to be a flourishing trade center. There'll be some terrible politicking with any merchants and their guilds that we happen to come across in Castilia. Guilds can be quite a bother. I've had experience with a few.
Wesley would know that a lot of the trade on the side of the continent that you're on is actually done by Honolulu and spread out from there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just because Honolulu is Humalau. Thank you. I'm an idiot. Humalau City is the main source of trade on this side of the continent.
Isn't it for receiving trade? But Castilia is way more central, and it supplies to the western side, right? Yeah.
Could you roll me a geography check, I guess, whatever skill you think that would be?
Yeah, I think history falls. It's the same knowledge check. 11.
Okay. You know that Alola is the closest region to Humalau, and that's why they're kind of the way they are.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't know anything about the trade that comes in to Castilia from other regions.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You don't know if that even happens or not.
Oh, okay. It's completely unknown. Despite me living in the city that does handle trade, I would have heard rumors about Castilia.
The stuff that comes from Alola. You don't know anything about Castilia.
Okay, Castilia. Okay. Rescind everything.
So Alola is to the east of Unova?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm actually going to go into a little bit of detail about the Alola region, just since I haven't had a chance yet. The Alola region is doing substantially better than the Unova region in this time period.
F.
It's
a bunch of islands is doing better than something that actually resembles a continent.
Well, why is the Unova region doing so badly?
Skill issue.
One, there's no central government. There was one a long time ago, but it kind of collapsed under its own weight, and so everyone's kind of been static. Well, not static. Everyone went and formed their own city-states.
And that's where we get the governors and all that wackiness.
Yeah.
Sounds like someone needs to unite the region. I may not have a brain, but I have an idea.
And since Alola is so much smaller and culturally close, they don't have that problem. It's kind of a role reversal to how things are in our world. Do you guys want to jump around this celebration first, or do you want to get right into your chartering a ship?
I'm going to party like it's 1999.
That won't be for a long time in this time period.
Exactly.
Is all of our conversations done? Can we join in the festivities?
Yeah, trade negotiations done.
Sweet.
Yay, boring part over.
Hopefully there will be less when you get to Cristelia and on the way.
Who knows? Maybe we'll take over Castelia as well.
You know, I was gonna say at some point it's gonna be easier to just mow down whoever stops us in like full on combat.
None of you have brought up in character the idea of taking over the Unova region.
When we had the whole thing with Paradise, that was mentioned briefly.
Uh-huh.
Hi, it's me. I have an idea.
What's the idea?
It's exactly what you think it is.
We just go in and conquer Castelia.
I just go in and conquer the world. No, I'm kidding. Yes.
You alone? I don't think you could do that with a singular Honedge and a little tiny plant. Or whatever cloak Burmy is in.
A Rapidash that doesn't listen to you all the time.
Yeah, and that Rapidash.
Hey,
Oh, speaking of that, are they like in like a stable or something right now within the town?
That's kind of up to Arcitreus. What happened with that at Rapidash?
I definitely put that thing in a saddle, in a stable. That thing is parked. Put the parking brake on that thing.
You looked around, found a decent stable, and just put some food in there. It seems calm enough for now.
Excellent.
So, what do you guys want to do at the celebration before chartering of ship?
I want to. Oh, geez. What will I do? I don't know. Make myself popular. However I go about doing that. I know. Drinking.
Feeling. Roll me. You're in a drinking contest with some people who probably gave you their name, but roll me a Constitution. Just
You're
to see
too
how
drunk to remember it.
You've been drinking this entire time since you opted out of negotiations.
This is true. Alrighty.
Wesley looks very concerned as Arcitarius is going to start drinking a ton.
He's been drinking. You just didn't notice because you were at the negotiation table.
Wesley is concerned for Arcitarius.
16.
You're a little bit drunk, not a ton.
All right.
You, Wesley, you notice that Falchion is floating by Arcitarius, and it seems like it meets your gaze, and it's like, yeah, you can, and you understand that this thing is the same amount of concerned for Arcitarius as you are.
Hey, don't worry about it.
We shouldn't be drunk on a boat.
We're not on the boat yet. Don't worry.
We're going to be on a boat, though, aren't we?
I've traveled enough in my life. I'll be fine.
If you say so, bodyguard.
Hey, don't call me that. I don't like that name. Whoa. Just goes back to drinking.
Calypso, can you make sure that he doesn't drink himself to death?
I'm not gonna drink myself to death. Don't worry.
Falchion just nods at you and just is like, I've got this. This has happened enough.
Hey, don't be like that. Don't look at me like
Where's the unnamed Burmy in all this?
Burmy's
Also
chilling
drunk.
on my back. No, Burmy, now called Redwood, is doing just fine. Thank you very much.
Oh, I like that name.
Very good name.
Redwood's just kind of vibing, enjoying the atmosphere.
Drunk by osmosis.
Jeez. That would be funny.
Totally in leaf cloak, just for reference.
It's in Leaf right
Yeah,
now.
he's chilling. Isn't that right? Yeah, I'm taking another swig. Let's do that.
I do know how much toxins a human liver can take, Arsitarius. Please be careful.
Hey, here, let me put it to you this way. I've had 2 pints. I'll keep count until I can't, and then someone else will keep count till I'm dead. And then you got your answer.
I already know. It's like 47 gallons or something, at least by my calculations.
It's
It
rookie
might have.
numbers. Gotta pump that number up, baby. I'm gonna take another drink.
By gallons, I meant
feel-
cups.
You feel Falchion just kind of wrap one of it, a ribbon kind of around your arm that you're not drinking with, and you kind of feel life energy just kind of flow into you instead of going out of you, since it's a fairy type.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, I get it.
okay.
I get it. All right. All right. My dad says I've had enough.
Your dad?
X-Files music starts playing.
Yeah, Falchion is a little bit of a probably the only reason Arsitarius hasn't died yet.
Hey, man. Man, we've been looking out for each other for a long enough time. I save him, he saves me. We understand each other. Just like he's about to understand that I'm sleepy. I need a nap now, and then he falls out from his stool.
Falchion just looks at at whatever player character is around and just kind of like attempts to pick up Arsitarius, but cannot since it's only one floor.
Oh, that's adorable. It can't pick me up. Sorry, buddy. You're not quite Krogunk, and I'm not Brock. Will be a lot harder to lift than that.
And Redwood's just on your chest and is just still kind of vibing with the environment,
Yeah,
seemingly that you have passed out.
he's taking a nap. That's a good idea.
Do any of you want to help Falchion? Maybe get Arsitarius somewhere, or are you just going to leave the sword to its fate?
No, somebody pick me up. I'm asleep.
I think Wesley's going to try to help, but he's going to get some Wyval. He's going to ask Wyval to wake up Arsitarius.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
How do you want to do this?
Oh, no.
Wyval just waves one of his little tendrils beneath Arsitarius' nose.
Oh, I thought you were going to straight up open the bag.
Oh, it smells. I'm awake. Jesus, what did I miss? Oh, positively nothing? Wes, what the hell?
You notice that Falchion is still on your arm and is kind of just pulling you away from the party. Maybe somewhere where you could actually sleep.
Oh, okay. Thanks, buddy. And I get up. All right, what boat are we getting on?
I don't think we're leaving quite yet.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
There was something I did want to do.
And
Yeah.
I think Griffin wanted to attend to something, if I remember correctly.
Yep. I want to hit the shops, see if I can upgrade my guitar, and then throw a festival.
Roll me an investigations check.
19.
Okay. You managed to find a bar that has a red and a blue part on it, and Lightbulb seems really interested in it.
I will slip it inside the well, not slip it in, but I will get it to how it like sticks into the guitar without like moving around or whatever. So it just sits in there.
Looking in through the hole in your guitar, you can see that Lightbulb seems to gravitate to one end, sit on it for a little while, and then go back to the other end. And when you play it, when Lightbulb's on either end, it makes a little bit of a difference in the tone, in like how echoey the guitar is.
Unlocked reverb.
Nice.
Yeah, you now have a magnet inside your guitar. It would probably be a pretty good blunt weapon with the metal back and everything, and now this inside it.
Can't wait till it becomes a zap cannon.
And if you want to do a performance now, go ahead.
Awesome.
I've kept you from being a rock star long enough.
A 28.
How do you want to? You rolled a 28. You explain it.
So yeah, just like in the town, I'm gonna hop on top of the cart, and I'm gonna have Ezio pull up some ice pillars. And I was thinking this before. I'm gonna have well, I guess I got to roll for each one, but then I'm gonna have Fallow. He's gonna engulf himself in flames, and he's gonna jump from pillar to pillar, and like a fire storm going upward while I'm playing, and it's just gonna be like.
Oh my god!
As he's hitting the pillar, like chunks of ice like come off, and like it looks like kind of snows. But I'm gonna roll that. See how good they go.
Roll me a d10 for Ice Punch just to see how well it goes, and then roll me Dexterity for Fallow. You're killing it though. This is just to see if your Pokemon can keep up.
Ice Punch is at 8, and Fallow got a 18.
It's not going perfectly, but no one other than you would be able to tell. Like, there isn't really as much snow effect as you wanted, but it's a cool light show.
Yeah, that works fine with me.
Anyone want to do anything else?
Yeah, actually, I had a little small something in mind. Is Friend with us? Or is that something would I have to like call out for Friend?
You know that Friend didn't come with you. You have no
Okay.
idea if Friend can hear you or not.
Damn.
Okay. I was kind of hoping Friend
Honest-
came with us because I wanted to do something cute with Friend.
Honestly, I assumed he stayed in Striaton.
Yeah, no, that's fair. In that case, I guess my own Pokemon will have to do.
Yeah, you could have asked Friend to come with you, but you guys didn't.
Okay.
But you don't know if he could hear you or not. You could try.
Right, that's fair. I mean, if I know he's in Striaton, I probably won't bother. But I just wanted to have like a cute little moment, just like getting food with the Pokemon. Just like
That's
find
fair.
something and
That's
like
fair.
get food and enjoy a meal, snack, whatever with my team.
That's
Oh,
fair. I'm
my
trying to
Jesus.
give everyone's Pokemon a little bit of a thing. Like Meditite or Ezio is really digging the training for just constantly doing Ice Punch. And Fallow's having fun just with his Pyromania.
Right.
But you're carefully instructing him so that he doesn't ignite anything. Griffin, that's what your Pokemon are doing.
Yeah.
And you can do your thing with your Pokemon, Calypso.
I know this was like impromptu, but are there like food stalls or like would I have to go into like a restaurant for food?
There seem to be some stalls outside of restaurants.
Okay.
And it's kind of set them quickly so people can run in and grab something quick and then bring it out
Right.
to deliver it at the stall.
Right. What kind of food stalls are there around?
Roll me an investigations.
That is going to be a 13, 10 plus 3.
You can see there's some kind of fried fish thing. That smells good. And you can also tell that there are some sweet things like fried bread. It's very sweet flavored here.
Okay. Gotcha. Calypso is probably gonna head over to the sweet stand with both Dandelion and Quicksand.
How are your Pokemon walking? Are you carrying any of them, or are they just behind you or beside you?
She's probably carrying Quicksand, and Dandelion's probably next to her. I kind of have like a thing that, at least now as a Sandile, Quicksand kind of likes being held and carried around. It's just kind of a thing that I imagine.
That makes sense, especially since you used Quicksand's kind of like a rifle last session.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really did. You really did.
Yeah.
And you used Dandelion as a whip.
I mean, it worked.
It did. But yeah, no, she goes over and buys some sweetbread or whatever they're selling to share with her Pokemon.
That'll be 5 Poke.
Perfect. I hand it over.
Do you get 1 serving for all 3 of you, or 3 servings each? Either way, it'll be 5. Don't worry.
Probably 1 full serving for herself and like a second serving to split between Quicksand and Dandelion.
Yeah, as you start to eat your sweetbread, you notice that Dandelion kind of does it in a more dignified way, where they just kind of break off a little bit with their vines and then eat that. While Quicksand is just like full mouth open, just like nomming, yeah.
Adorable.
Oh.
Dandelion's making sure that Quicksand doesn't go into its portion just by kind of like bapping him on the nose when he gets too close.
Right, yeah. That's cute.
There's actually probably like a absence of a crowd around Wesley, as Wyvil stinkiness is probably in full effect in like a crowded party area where like people are trying to avoid.
It's more so people are just kind of gathered around Griffin doing his thing, or the food stall, or the drinking it.
I think Wesley is just kind of standing back. He probably did get a drink of some sort. I think he's going to question, because there's that sweet drink, right?
It's kind of like a mead kind of thing, kind of drink.
He really likes it. Is it alcoholic?
Yes.
Can Wesley figure out it's alcoholic before it's too late, Will?
I don't know. You could roll a intelligence check to see.
Because Wesley really likes the mead, is what I'm gonna go for. He found it, and he's like going to try to get the recipe. He's really liking it, but I don't think he understands it might be alcoholic yet.
Roll me an intelligence thing to see if you can figure out if it's alcoholic or not.
That's a 6.
Yeah, no, you don't think it's alcoholic. Alcohol doesn't taste sweet. It's fine.
Is there like someone serving it or something?
Yes. It's like out of one particular barrel, and if you ask, they distribute it. Says, oh yeah, we got this from a trade ship coming from Castelia. Apparently, it's made with Vespiquen honey.
Oh, Vespiquen honey. And throughout this whole conversation, Wesley's continuing to like gulp down the mead.
Roll me a Constitution check at disadvantage.
Oh no.
Penalty for failing the alcohol check earlier.
The alcohol check?
Wesley committed hypocrisy.
Oh, Wes, why did you do that? Come on, not be all that crap you gave me.
12.
Yeah, you're a little bit. You're a little bit drunk.
No, is it a wisdom check to like self to realize that you are drunk? Or
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
It is a Constitution check to see how well the alcohol is taking to you.
but like to
Yeah,
realize yourself is drunk.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep with the conversation. So, Vespiquen, honey, aren't they notoriously territorial and protect their honey a lot? That must be very hard for handlers to get close to it. Another gulp. Another glass down.
I have no idea. I just know we got it, and it's good. The guy said.
Do you think it's all right if I take some back to Striaton for some study? Wesley produces like a glass jar from his backpack.
It's a jar that Skrelp's in.
I have more. Do I have more jars, or do I only have Skrelp jar?
This is just to see if you pull out the right one.
Oh no! What should I add to chance I pull out Skrelp's jar or a different jar?
Just roll me a d6, and if it's a 1 or a 2, it's Skrelp.
I rolled a 3. Skrelp is not getting drunk tonight.
Thankfully.
Don't get the poison type drunk. That would not be very good.
Yeah.
So Wesley now has a jar of Vespiquen mead.
It's like a large jar. It's like a test tube beaker.
Oh,
Yes.
but I'm the drunk. Oh,
So Wesley's continuing to chug this down. I don't think he's realized it's alcoholic yet. He's like really enjoying it though, because like it's good.
Check at disadvantage.
Okay, I'm adding it to my inventory quick. Tube of Vespiquen mead. Now we can reverse engineer it.
If he finds a Vespiquen or some other honey-giving type of Pokemon.
Oh, by the way, the roll was it a con check or what sort of check?
Con check with disadvantage.
9.
Yeah, you're getting drunker. The world's starting to go double a little bit.
the nerve of some people.
Terry's like just judging me from afar.
Well. Who's shit-faced now?
I mean, Wesley doesn't have a sentient sword. Who cares about him like this?
Wyville's probably trying to steal some alcohol. He smells it. It smells good.
Wyville's just happy to be included.
Is Arcetarius like confronting Wesley, or is Arcetarius just having his own little like rant sesh like 20 feet away as he stares at Wesley getting drunker?
Oh no, he's standing above you going, ha ha ha.
Arcetarius, what's wrong?
There are 2 of Arcetarius.
Did you learn double team?
Yeah, this is my twin, and now we're both judging you.
For what Arcetarius is?
Oh, let's think. What on earth could you have possibly said to me recently that might be just an incy bit hypocritical? Oh, wait.
I'm sorry to inform you, Arcetarius. It's getting kind of hard to think. Could you remind me? I was just having some of this delicious honey drink, but I think I may have gone distracted.
Oh my god, he's fried like a fruit bat in the hot sun.
Swoobat.
More accurately, fried like a woobat in the hot sun.
He is, oh yeah, you're not getting up. He's not getting up. This gives me ideas.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
What's wrong? This. You should try some of this delicious honey drink. It's really quite delicious. Here. And Wesley's hand is like kind of like drunkenly swaying as he like offers you the drink.
If that's I was gonna say, if that's what's got you on the ground, I think I'll pass.
It may have gotten me on the ground, but I think it's gotten all over your shirt. I rolled a 7.
Oh
Yeah.
I got this like 3 days ago. Oh,
Arcetarius, you can try to do a dexterity of your own to try to avoid this.
I'm gonna do that. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. All right, dice roller, don't fail me now. 20, 17 plus 3.
That's good. The DC was a 16.
May I
Nice.
actually bring up the drunk dex disadvantage because Arcetarius is also a drunk.
Yeah, but he's had more time to cool down.
Also, I didn't get anywhere near as drunk as you did. I was buzzed. If anything, I was strongly buzzed. You, my friend, are you are a pinata at a 5-year-old's birthday party. You are smashed.
What do you, I haven't had a drop of alcohol, Arsatarius. What are you talking about?
I don't think you realize what's in that drink, do you?
My good man here would have let me drink so much if it wasn't alcoholic, was it? Wesley stares at unnamed barkeep.
You look 5 feet past the barkeep at the other one that you see.
Oh boy.
Isn't that
The
right,
guy
barkeep?
just
This is
shrugs and says, "You're governors. You probably know your limits, right?"
but this
Sir,
is
there's honey in that drink, right?
Yes. Fermented
Is that
honey.
honey from is your ticket?
fermented.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised that
Oh.
Brooklyn honey can do that. But it can, and it tastes good.
If you didn't smell like hell, I might have robbed you.
Thank you.
Was that at the barkeep or at Beckley?
I'm saying that at Wesley. No, thank you, barkeep. Thank you for cluing me in. I figured that was the case, but I wanted to know for sure it wasn't something else.
Are you interested in the glass? He says, holding one up to you, Arcterius. You can see out of the corner of your eye, you can see Falchion just shaking no rapidly, just kind of looking at you like, please make the decision. Please.
I hear. My left arm is clanking. That's usually a sign no go. If you're willing to sell it to me on the go, I'll take some to go.
You can hear the clanking again, but you tune it out and is like, yeah, sure. We could probably bottle some of this up for you. How big do you want it?
Awesome. I'll take 2 pints worth.
We only have the one barrel here. I could get you a bottle.
That works.
You have like a full-on wine-sized bottle of Vespiquen mead.
Oh, sweet.
I promise you that this. I'm not drunk, and I think I can prove it by barkeep. Give me another, please. This stuff surely
Do not.
can't be.
No.
Wesley
You're a barkeep.
wants
That means,
another.
hey, you're the barkeep. I trust you to make the right call.
Either that, go ahead, or a.
Oh my God, no! Don't. Oh my goodness. I don't know. Hey, Falchion, do you think Wesley should have some more mead?
Falchion just kind of stares at Wesley, shakes its head, but it's a sword, and it just is like, eh.
I don't think I care in the opinion of a floating sword that can steal my soul, Arcitarius. Not mean to insult, but I promise you, I can't be drunk. This drink is an alcoholic. I drank it perfectly fine. I'm 5 cups in.
You're right. It's not the sword's decision. It's mine.
Does Wesley get another cup of mead?
No, he does not. What he does is a warning not to do it again, or he gets rolled down a hill.
You could probably just drag Wesley to Griffin's place in town, since I believe you guys have stayed there like once before you set out.
Yes. Anyways, barkeep, what's that bottle of mead gonna run me before I skip out town like that?
35 poke.
Done, Dunzo. I give him the 35 poke. I thank him for his service and apologize for my co-worker's little scene here, and I assure him that I will be once we are back from Castile, I'll be sure to check out his wares again. In the meantime, Wesley, I'm giving you 10 seconds to get up, even though you won't, because you can't. And if I have to count to 10, which I know I will have to anyways, I'm going to drag you there myself, and it will not be comfortable.
How could it even be alcohol? Alcohol doesn't taste good. That's why I haven't drinking it in years. That tasted good, Arcitarius. It tasted really good. And I'm certainly not
strongly
drunk. See,
If it
Wesley's
tastes so
gonna
good, what do you think?
stand up. At least try to.
All right, if he falls back down, I'm dragging him.
Roll me a dexterity check with disadvantage.
Oh boy.
You
5.
Oh no.
What do you roll?
5.
Oh boy.
You attempt to get up. You think you're doing a good job, but then one of your legs just gives out, and you're face down on the ground right beside Weevil, who just kind of stares at you with a derpy face, just like, eh.
Oh,
Scooby Dooby Doo. All right, Wes. It's your bedtime.
Elshin gets off your arm and to help you carry Wesley.
on the verge of
All
a
right.
crisis on how alcohol could have tasted that good. He's like,
Well, he can have that crisis. He can have that crisis when he goes to bed tonight, and we don't have to listen to it. But in the meantime, you're getting moved.
Wesley does not object to being moved, but he's probably not able to stand up.
That's fine. That's fine. If he makes it a hard time, I'll just move him into the air with both my hands.
Roll me a strength check just to see if you can how well you do this.
That is a natural 20.
Oh,
You kind of effortlessly pick up Wesley like he's a sack of potatoes. Elshin doesn't even need to try to assist. It probably couldn't because it's a sword and it could barely pick you up, or Cetarius.
All right. Well, I'm off to take this. I don't even know what to call you. I'll call you friend. I'm off to take him to bed.
As Wesley's being dragged away, he's like, people can hear him kind of like, not really, like just muttering and kind of like moping about, like, it tasted good. How could it have been so bad?
Wesley.
This happened to me.
I've made
Hey,
my
Wes.
mistakes.
Hey, Wes. Are you gonna keep muttering about the alcohol all night?
Arsitarius, it tasted like how a sunrise tastes when you see it. It was like a golden
Wesley.
sunlight pouring
Wesley.
down my mouth and alighting me with happiness. It was glorious, Arsitarius.
Wesley.
What?
I'm going to throw you in a lake.
The ocean is roughly nearby.
There is a very big body of water. Would you like to sleep in that instead?
No.
I didn't think so. If I were you, I would just go to sleep.
But I'm not tired.
Oh, that can be arranged.
Oh no!
Arsitarius beats up drunk old man.
Wes,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put you on a bed of frillish.
Oh no!
No. You know those suck life force, right? Just like your Hone Edge.
I'm well aware. Why do you think I mentioned them specifically?
And I don't know if I can swim, Arsitarius.
That's not for me to solve.
Please don't. It tasted so good. I don't want.
Who says we're gonna eat them after we kill them?
Oh no! The
What?
references are back.
Drunk Wesley deals with fourth wall breaking Arsitarius.
No. How much farther is it to Griffin's house? Have I been walking that way to Griffin's house the whole time?
Well, you can say you're there. Griffin, do you
Sweet.
want to describe your place at all?
It's a 2-story building. You walk in.
Excellent.
Yeah, in the game. You walk in, there's a living room, kitchen, kind of walk-in area. You go upstairs and there's the bedroom. Well, that's about it. Yeah, just gonna lay on the bed, lay on the floor, lay on the couch.
Where does Arsitarius throw me?
Oh, that's an excellent idea. Now that you've told me it's a second story, now you've inspired me.
Oh no!
Why is that?
Oh no!
Oh yes. Oh,
Oh,
yes.
no.
Oh,
Oh
no.
yes.
Are you going to try and surf his body down the stairs?
Am I going to
I
throw
would-
his body down the stairs? No. Am I going to Sunday super slam him out a window? Maybe.
No! Don't do that!
Again, I will Family Guy death pose.
You will Family Guy death pose, and I will Fortnite dance on you.
No! Go back. We've gone too far.
No. Where is the best place to put him? Hey, I'm just gonna find the closest bed. You know what? I'm just gonna put him on the kitchen table. I'll leave him on the kitchen table.
Like Leslie backpack and all.
Yeah, I'm just going to leave him face up on the kitchen table.
Just say Weevil followed you here, and he's just on the floor next to the table where Wesley's been put.
He probably
There we
finds
go.
it funny.
All right, nap time, or rather, bedtime.
Don't we have to get on a boat?
That's not tonight, is it?
It is pretty late.
Yeah, none of you have tried to charter a ship, and I thought the plan was to rest at Griffin's for the night, and then charter one in the morning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Griffin, Calypso, do you want to do anything else, or do you want to tuck in for the night?
I think I'm ready to tuck in for the night.
As am I.
Well, after my fabulous performance, I am going to go to the bar and hang out with some NPCs who I know around town, and share some stories and come rest a couple hours later.
Are you trying to re-charter a ship for everyone tomorrow morning, or are you just hanging out with people?
Yeah, I'd do that as well since I know since the harbor man should be there anyway. So yeah, I would if he should be there anyway. So I'll just talk about needing a ship for tomorrow and all that stuff.
The harbor master Gutso, is just we got 2 ships that would probably be okay with leaving tomorrow. One is a 2-mast caravel that should be fine, although you and whoever you're coming with would maybe be expected to help out a bit. And the other is a small fishing boat with 3 rooms on it.
Wait, which one was the bigger one? The fishing boat?
No, the caravel is the larger boat.
The larger one. Yeah, then we'll definitely get that one.
Okay. That one's headed up around that little inlet to the east, and then to Thumbport. The other one's headed to Cruise Dock.
I'm about to say, can I roll to see are they going to the same place? Because I don't know.
Roll me a history to see if you know where they're going.
I rolled a 15.
Okay. You know that the caravel is going to the far western pier, and the fishing boat is going for the middle one. And the fishing boat is the shorter voyage. The caravel is a little bit longer, but maybe a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, the caravel. Yeah, just gonna do it.
Okay. I'll let the guy know to hold before setting off.
All right.
Nice seeing you again.
Good seeing you as well, and I buy everybody a drink at the bar.
Subtract 150 poke.
Alrighty.
Okay. With that, we'll leave it there.